Gonna go. Just to echo what Doc just said, what a beautiful morning for this walk. What a beautiful morning for this walk. When I was appointed chief about a year and a half ago, my top priority was domestic violence. I made that known from day one. I always felt the officers did a great job investigating, trying to find out who the primary aggressor was, tracking the suspect down, waking up judges in the middle of the night to get a warrant. But then I started looking at it, and I thought we could do a much better job on the prevention side. And I just, again, want to thank Roland Klee and all his initiatives, working with Harbor House, because that's what it's all about. We got to get the word out. We do a good job after the fact, but let's not even go to that. If you look at it, we've been fortunate this year. Domestic violence down 22% in Orlando. 22%. Thank you. But that's not good enough, folks. That is not good enough. And it's not about stats. You know, in Florida, there's over 100,000 reported cases of domestic violence in Florida. Last year, this is just last year, there were over 200 domestic violence related homicides. 200. If you look right down the street here, and to your left, there's an Italian restaurant. The server who works there, his name is Victor. His mom was a customer at the Castleberry Salon this week and was killed. So when you say it hits home, folks, it hits home. I mean, that is so sad. He's just such a nice young man. Roland's friends with him, and his mom was just a customer inside that shop that day. You know, they always say wrong place, wrong time, but it's bigger than that. Domestic violence, domestic violence. Recognize, respond, refer. Recognize the signs. It's no longer a bruised lip or arm or black eye. You know, if you're talking to a friend and she's saying that, you know, the texting, the intimidating texts and so forth, always trying to find out where you're at and talking down to you, that's domestic violence. Recognize the signs. Respond. Get involved. Years ago, it was taboo to get involved. That was their own business. Get involved. And then refer. You have the Orlando Police Department, Orange County, whatever, law enforcement agency, okay, Harbor House, and so forth. Please, please, send the message. That's why we're here today. Get the message out. You know, last week I attended a luncheon, a domestic violence luncheon, and we had a testimonial. And at that testimonial, the victim, who had been a victim of domestic violence for quite a long time, she said one thing that really stuck in my mind. She said, I didn't know whether he was going to kiss me or kick me. What a life to live. I didn't know whether he was going to kiss me or kick me. She got out of that relationship, and she's doing much, much better. But when I thought about that, to live from day in, day out, not knowing what your spouse is going to do and the violence that you're exposed to. And a lot of folks have heard this before, but I like saying this, and I really mean it, and I speak from my heart. Yesterday's only a memory, right? Yesterday's only a memory. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. None of us right here are guaranteed tomorrow. All we have is today. And we're here today to make a difference, to make a change. And I applaud your efforts in domestic violence, because that's what it's all about. We have each other today to make that change. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Yesterday's only a memory. So let's do the best we can. And again, I have to do this. I want to thank Roland Klee again for all his efforts. So how about a nice round of applause for Roland? Good segue. And his folks, his mom and dad, right down there. I was talking to him earlier. What a great job they did raising Roland.
Thank you for coming out today. At this time, we'd like to remember those who have died over the past year, and then we'd also like to describe the relationship that they were in. So there'll be a reading of the names, and then there'll be a description of the relationship. Timothy Davis, relationship to, he was the son. Rosamond McNeil, the ex-boyfriend with 4 children together. Chris Goldtree, his ex-wife. Karen Peterson, his boyfriend. Cecile Freyes, boyfriend. Remy Goyens, boyfriend. Ethan Post Dozier, 20 months old, babysitter. Tori Diamond, 16 months old, mother's boyfriend. Deborah Banner, husband. In the same incident, Carol Minich, son-in-law. Achilles Daniels, 2 months old, father. Jennifer Cardona, husband. Elijah Exilius, 4 years old, father. Georgette Asseri, ex-boyfriend. Carlene Pierre, ex-boyfriend. Vanessa Gonzalez Orellans, ex-boyfriend, victim's co-worker. Nicolette White, boyfriend. Jerome Gallen, girlfriend. Eugenia Murray Marte, shop owner, co-worker. Noelia Gonzalez Brito, co-worker. Gladys Cabrera, customer. Those are the names of the people that have died since the last time we had a domestic violence event. And please remember them, and let's make it our goal to have a much shorter list or no list next year. Thank you, and here's Mary.
Folks, just a couple of final words before we get started on our walk. First of all, if you haven't already registered and signed in, please be sure to do so. We would appreciate that. Please register for the walk. Also, we'd like to recognize and thank a couple of vendors. Venture Photography is here. They do beautiful work, and they have a booth set up so you can get more information about them. We really appreciate their assistance. Also, we'd like to recognize and thank Patty Murphy's, where we're going to end up today after the walk. They've agreed to open up early today, and they've generously offered to donate to the task force a portion of the proceeds today. So please patronize them. We really appreciate their support. So today we're going to be starting the walk over here to the along the east side of the lake. I guess that'd be my right to your left. There are water stations along the way. There's one right here at the start. The final water station will be in Patty Murphy's. And as Dr. Davis mentioned earlier, please make sure you stay for the raffle. We're having a raffle there. And that's it for today. Let's get started this beautiful morning, and thank you again for attending. Woo!